There was a time, not long ago, when changing your own oil was as normal as mowing your lawn. You'd pull the car onto ramps on a Saturday morning, drain the old oil, swap the filter, pour in the fresh stuff, and feel genuinely good about it. Smart, self-sufficient, in control. But that era is fast ending. Today's cars are not machines. They're rolling computers with engines attached. And those computers increasingly decide who gets to work on them, where, and at what cost. Whether you drive a family sedan, a pickup truck, or a luxury car, there's a very good chance your vehicle is already working against your right to maintain it yourself. This video is about how we got here, why it matters, and what's quietly being done about it. Before we get down to it, if you find this mildly infuriating and surprisingly useful, feel free to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's get started. Your car has more software than a space shuttle. A modern car contains anywhere from 50 to 150 individual electronic control units, or ECUs. These are essentially small computers, each managing a different system: the engine, the transmission, the brakes, the steering, the suspension, the climate control, the infotainment, and yes, even the oil life monitoring system. The automotive sensor market alone was valued at $29.47 billion not too long ago, and is growing at over 6% annually. That's not a footnote. That's the backbone of your car's nervous system. And here's the thing that matters for a simple oil change. When you drain the oil and refill it in a modern vehicle, the car doesn't automatically know you did it. The oil life monitoring system, which uses engine speed, temperature, and runtime data fed through a proprietary algorithm, still thinks the old oil is in there. So after you've done a perfectly competent, technically correct oil change, your dashboard warning light is still going to tell you the oil needs to be changed. This is because the system hasn't been reset. And resetting it? That often requires a manufacturer's diagnostic tool, proprietary software, or at minimum a specific button sequence that varies by make, model, and year. This might sound trivial, but it isn't. Because if you're leasing a car or you plan to sell it, or you're maintaining a service record for warranty purposes, having an unset oil light or a gap in the digital service log can cost you. That warning light is now a paperwork problem, not just a maintenance reminder. Number 1. The Undercar problem. In the old days, you needed a wrench, a drain pan, and a new filter. Today, more and more vehicles feature full or partial engine under tray covers, aerodynamic panels that run the entire length of the underside of the car. These are designed for fuel efficiency and noise reduction. They're great engineering, but they're also an absolute pain when you need to access the oil drain plug, which is now buried behind multiple fasteners, plastic clips, or in some cases requires a specific Torx bit that most home toolkits don't include. Then there's the oil filter. In older cars, it was a simple canister bolted to the side of the engine. You could see it, grab it with a strap wrench, and unscrew it. But in modern engines, the filter is now a cartridge housed inside a plastic cap that sits deep within the engine bay. Reaching it on some models requires removing engine covers, intake components, or getting into positions that make changing the oil feel less like basic maintenance and more like minor surgery. Some vehicles, luxury models in particular, require specialty oil types. People often report dealers quoting as high as $280 to $358 for a single oil change, reflecting the cost of the manufacturer-specified synthetic oil, the specialist filter, and dealer labor rates. That's not a ripoff for the sake of it. That's genuinely what the car requires. But it's a long way from the $25 Saturday morning project of a decade ago. Number 2. Telematics. Here's where things get genuinely unsettling. In 2021, 50% of new cars already had telematics connectivity, the ability to wirelessly transmit vehicle data directly to manufacturers. By 2030, McKinsey estimates that around 95% of new vehicles sold globally will be connected this way. What that means in practice is that your car is constantly sending data, mileage, fault codes, driving behavior, component wear, directly back to the manufacturer, not to you. The Auto Care Association has flagged this as a major consumer rights issue, Historically, the OBD2 port, that diagnostic socket under your dashboard, was the standard way for anyone, owner, or mechanic to read your car's data. But in connected modern vehicles, the richest, most useful data is now bypassing that port entirely and going straight to the manufacturer over a wireless connection. Independent shops and car owners are increasingly cut out of that loop. The practical consequence? Proprietary data gateways now allow automakers to transmit diagnostic trouble codes directly to dealer CRM systems, scheduling service without the customer's input in some cases. This is already shifting service loyalty away from independent shops toward dealerships because the car is essentially routing its own service appointments. Think about what that means for you. Your car breaks down, the manufacturer already knows, they got the fault code before you did, they've already notified their nearest dealer. You're not choosing a repair shop, the car is choosing it for you. And if you've been doing your own oil changes, there's no record of that in their system, which could affect your warranty, your service history, and the resale value of your vehicle. Number 3. The right to repair. This isn't a new problem and it's not going unfought, but the fight is harder than you'd expect. In 2012, Massachusetts became the first state to pass a right to repair law via ballot measure, requiring automakers to provide independent repair shops with access to the same diagnostic tools and information available to their dealer networks. That was a genuine win. It became the model for a national agreement in 2014, and again in 2023, in which automakers and independent repair organizations agreed that independent facilities would have access to the same diagnostic and repair data as authorized dealers. But that agreement is being undermined by the very technology it didn't fully anticipate. Because while the OBD2 port data is accessible, the newer wireless telematics data, the stuff your car is transmitting right now, often isn't. That data goes to the manufacturer. The independent shop can't get it. And increasingly, that data is what you need to properly diagnose and service a modern vehicle. The Repair Act, the Right to Equitable and Professional Auto Industry Repair Act, H.R. 906, was introduced in Congress in 2023 with bipartisan support and reintroduced in subsequent sessions. It calls for vehicle owners and independent shops to have access to the same real-time, in-vehicle data as manufacturers and dealers. As of mid-2024, over 114,000 letters had been sent to Congress by Right to Repair advocates, according to the Auto Care Association. The bill had 56 co-sponsors in the House, but it has not yet passed. Meanwhile, manufacturers have not been passive. The Alliance for Automotive Innovation, the largest auto lobby in the country, filed suit against Maine's Attorney General after the state passed Right to Repair rules. They argued that the law required infrastructure that didn't yet exist. Critics noted that this was the same argument the industry had been using to delay compliance for years. The pattern is a relentless effort to preserve control over vehicle data, and by extension, over who gets to profit from servicing your car. Number 4. Electric vehicles. If you thought the software complexity of internal combustion vehicles was bad, wait until we talk about electric vehicles. Yes, EVs don't need oil changes. That particular battle is already over. The oil drain plug problem is irrelevant if there's no oil to drain. But EVs introduce an entirely new layer of manufacturer lock-in. Battery management systems, thermal management software, charging calibration, and regenerative braking tuning are all deeply proprietary. High-voltage safety requirements mean that even willing independent shops face significant investment barriers to work on EVs. EV repairs average almost 50% higher in cost than comparable internal combustion repairs, largely due to battery system complexity and the need for specialized equipment. The majority of EV service currently flows to dealers and large chains, not independent shops. And that's not because independent shops don't want the work. It's because the infrastructure and information access required to do it safely and correctly is locked up in OEM systems. So, as the fleet transitions to electric, the era of the knowledgeable home mechanic doesn't just fade, it gets engineered out of existence. The car of 2030 may not need an oil change, but you won't be fixing it in your driveway either. Number 5. The cost on your wallet. Let's put some real numbers on what this shift means for your pocket. A basic conventional oil change at a quick lube shop runs $35 to $75 today. Full synthetic, which most modern engines now require, costs between $65 and $125 at independent shops. But at a dealership, you're typically looking at around $100 as a baseline, though luxury brands charge considerably more. At a recommended interval of every 5,000 to 10,000 miles for full synthetic, that's a recurring expense with very little room left for a DIY alternative. The DIY route still works out cheaply, typically $30 to $45 in raw materials for common vehicles, but only if you can get the job done completely, including resetting the oil life monitor, updating the digital service log, and doing it without voiding any warranty provisions. For older vehicles, no problem. For anything post-2018 with connected telematics, you're navigating a minefield. The automotive repair and maintenance market was valued at over $1 trillion globally last year and is projected to reach $2 trillion by 2035. Dealerships held over 41% of the service channel market share in 2025, a share that's been growing precisely because connected car technology reinforces the advantage of going back to the brand. This is about more than oil. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The question of whether you can change your own oil anymore is not really about oil. It's about ownership. When you buy a car, you assume you own it. You assume you can maintain it, fix it, and choose who works on it. Increasingly, that assumption is wrong. The manufacturer retains control of the software, the data, the diagnostic access, and, through dealer networks, a growing share of the service revenue. You've bought the hardware, the software, and everything that goes with it, but they're renting that to you, and the terms of the rental are changing. The right to repair movement is fighting back, through legislation, through lobbying, through tens of thousands of letters to Congress. It's a slow fight, and the other side has very deep pockets. But it is a fight that affects every single person who drives a modern vehicle. The 70% of post-warranty automotive work currently handled by the independent repair industry is under serious threat if connected car data remains locked away from independent technicians and car owners. So, what can you do? Know your car's requirements. Keep your own service records in writing. Support right-to-repair legislation when it comes up in your state. And if you're still on an older vehicle where a Saturday morning oil change is perfectly possible, enjoy it while you can. It's a dying art. Cars used to be something you understood. Now there's something you subscribe to. And whether that's a reasonable trade-off for better performance, better efficiency, and more safety features, that's a conversation worth having. Just don't expect the manufacturer to be the one who brings it up. Do like and subscribe if it made sense. I know you're busy, but the algorithm is a cold and indifferent machine, and it only rewards content that real people actually engage with. Much like your car's ECU.